Hello everybody, it's Will here. Today is November 9th. I'm here at the hive once again. What I'm planning on doing today is getting the bees set up for winter. So my plan is to pull the liquid feeder off. I want to pull the pollen patties out and set up an emergency feed. Some emergency feed for them just in case they need it to get through the winter. I did suit up. I do have my smoker going. I probably don't need either because it's just barely hitting 40 right now. I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time in the hive itself. I just need to open it up long enough to get the pollen patties out. And then I can put the top box back on and get the emergency feed set up. So hopefully they took down the syrup that's in that top box, because that would make my job a whole lot easier today. You can see there's no activity outside, which isn't surprising. And got some dead bees out front here. I do want to make sure that entrance isn't blocked, and it's not. Got a couple of guard bees there poking out. Alright, we'll cover off. I am going to switch out covers too, inner covers. That was the yellow jacket, by the way. This cover is not really ventilated, so I'm going to get rid of that. Looks like they didn't take any syrup down, or very little. So I'm going to get the feeder off and dump it. Take this down here a ways. I'm gonna just let that sit there and drain like that. Okay. So the next thing is I'm gonna pull this pollen patty off and completely out of the hive. And I also have to pull the top box off to get down there. Pull that other pollen patty off. Gonna be a little pesky with me today. That's alright though, I'm not gonna be in here very long. Okay. Drive them down. Put this box back on. Okay. Now, the emergency feed, the way I'm going to give them emergency feed, some people call it the mountain camp method. Basically, I'm going to take a piece of newspaper and lay it on top of the hive here. like that. Actually, I'm going to get that second piece. Okay. Now I want this newspaper to have space around the edges for them to come up from the frames. It also will help with the condensation if I can get this to cooperate. There we go. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is kind of poke some holes in the paper between the frames here. And that'll give them, if they do need it, that'll give them a place where they can come up and chew away at the paper to get to the sugar underneath. Now, I've never done this before. This is my first time working with them this late in the year. The theory is they'll be able to come up and get sugar if they need it in an emergency, and also as there's condensation built up in the hive, the sugar will help absorb it. Okay, leave that there until I can get some sugar in there. I didn't know how much I'd need, so I brought two 4-pound bags. We'll see if I need all of that. Okay. Need my tool in there to hold it down anymore. Let's pull that out. Get this leveled off a little bit. I think I am going to add some from that second bag in there to top it off. Okay. I did see a couple of yellow jackets flying around still, so it's still not too cold for them to fly. And since I pulled the liquid feed off, maybe they'll abandon the hive here. Okay, I think that's probably enough. And then what I'll do on a warmer day in the winter then is I can come out here, just pull the top off and see if I need to top off any sugar. Set this back out of the way. So for moisture control, the idea behind this for moisture control is the space around the edges will allow the humid air that normally is generated by the hive and collects onto the inner cover, it'll allow it around, and as the humidity produces condensation, it'll drip down onto the sugar itself instead of on the bees below. So, and the sugar will of course absorb the water. At some point the sugar will actually harden up like a big sugar brick with all the humidity, and then of course then there's still the sugars there. The bees can access it from underneath if they need emergency food later on. I was debating about taking the top box off, but I decided not to. There's a lot of uncapped syrup in there. I'm hoping that maybe they'll decide to cap it off here on a warmer day. It is supposed to stay in the 40 degree range highs here for the next week or two, with the exception of Monday. Monday it's supposed to get up to like 50, 55, 57. I'm hoping after I've done this, I'm hoping that we don't have too many more days like that, because they might have, at least until this crust's over, because they might start hauling the sugar syrup, dry sugar out of the hive. So I'm going to put this vented cover back on. I think one of the mistakes I did last year was I left that other cover on, which really didn't have any venting, and I got a little bit of advice from the people who I buy my woodenware from and my bees. They actually say they put a stick underneath the inner cover here to provide more ventilation. I think I'm actually going to do that. I just need to find a stick somewhere close. These will do. Not exactly sticks, but I don't want them to be too big, because that just leaves an avenue for the yellow jackets possibly to get in. All right, we'll give it a shot. And what I'll do then in the winter then is I'll periodically come out here and check on them. I actually have one that walked outside here at the entrance. Periodically check on them, check to make sure they have enough sugar, and check I need to keep checking the entrance reducer to make sure that it's not blocked off and preventing them from getting out. Hopefully with this setup they'll do okay. This area is kind of protected. I don't know if you can see around here. It's protected from a lot of the winds that might come through here that could cause a problem. This side facing here, I got a little bit of screen break or windbreak there. I don't think I'll have to strap this down or anything. I've never had a problem with winds in the past. All right, well folks, I'm gonna cut the video here, and hopefully if everything works out right, we'll have these girls will be ready to go in the spring, and I'll continue the videos then. Until then, enjoy your winter and stay warm.